Early one morning, Rheneas returned to the sheds with a heavy coal train.
"Come on, Sir Handel and Duncan," he exclaimed. "We've got work to do at the quarry." "We're worked off our wheels right now," complained Sir Handel. "Ah, you're just lazy," smirked Duncan. As the two argued, Rheneas puffed away. He didn't even wait for a wash.
When they'd stopped arguing, Sir Handel and Duncan made their way to the quarry to meet up with Rheneas.
When they arrived, they were very late. "You two should have been here ages ago," scolded Rheneas. "The quarry is extremely busy today. Go fetch some trucks for the incline, please." The two engines did just that. Sir Handel was coupled to a line of slate trucks, but he didn't realise Duncan had been coupled to the opposite side. Sir Handel pulled, dragging Duncan along. "Stop!" yelled Duncan. "I'm not a slate truck, stupid." "Duncan," exclaimed Sir Handel, "these are my trucks." "I was ordered to collect these ones," retorted Duncan. "No, you were supposed to collect the ones on the opposite side of the yard," scowled Sir Handel. "Stop bickering," ordered Rheneas. "It is very important that we all work as a team." "I would," replied Sir Handel, "but Duncan won't cooperate." "I'm not the problem," frowned Duncan. "I'm just doing my job." Rheneas thought it best to leave them to it, but they were starting to get to him. Later, Duncan shunted some trucks to the incline. He was about to reverse when Sir Handel pushed some trucks into the back of him. "Watch it!" shouted Duncan. "You're supposed to be collecting trucks, not shunting them to the incline," said Sir Handel. "That was your job," snapped Duncan. As the two engines argued, Rheneas tried to work. However, it was too much for him. He couldn't keep up with the demand without any help, and he was feeling overwhelmed. "Let's take a train to the station," suggested his driver. "It might help you calm down." Rheneas liked that idea. He collected some loaded trucks and set off. At the station, Skarloey was there with a passenger train. "Hello, Rheneas," he said. "How are things?" "I can't do it," replied Rheneas. "Sir Handel and Duncan do nothing but argue, and I just can't keep up. I feel like crying." Skarloey was silent a moment. Then he spoke. "Do you remember when you got that train home during the storm? Broken down and battered. You felt the same back then, but you did it. You were determined. Everyone cheered. Clear your mind, take a deep breath, and use that determination." "Thanks, Skarloey," smiled Rheneas. As he returned to the quarry, he tried to forget how busy it was. Then he took a deep breath. "I'm ready," he sighed. Rheneas soon got back to work. He shunted trucks to the incline, and then took them away. Next he shunted all the gunpowder wagons into the correct sidings. Sir Handel had been knocked off the rails by Duncan. The two had been arguing, but stopped when they saw Rheneas. Rheneas now had a long train of loaded slate trucks. Sir Handel and Duncan watched in shock as, with barely any effort, Rheneas pulled away. It was an amazing sight. That evening, the engines were back at the sheds. "We're sorry for causing so much trouble," announced Duncan. "We should have helped you. We were horrible," sighed Sir Handel. "That's all right," replied Rheneas. "I only hope Skarloey will be as forgiving." The two engines looked back to find Skarloey giving them a death stare. They were in for a long night.